what did you think of when you read Josh Rosen's comments at UCLA about the state of scholar athletes and how they're kind of run counterproductive to each other?
Well, we're fortunate here. Being at USC, I've had the opportunity to be here. This is going to be my 8th season, and I've seen kids come here, not only because it's traditionally one of the better athletic programs in the country, but also it's one of the top academic programs in the country and private school education. And I think the reality of today's football is you have to understand that only 2% of all college football players are going to move on to the NFL, and the average lifespan in the NFL is 3.3 years. NFL, I remember, stands for not for long. So it is, I'm fortunate to be at USC. I think the players here understand that they're here to make themselves the most valuable asset that they can become, both on and off the field, because at the end of the day, the game's going to end for all of us. And it's our responsibility as coaches to be able to, talk to our players and say, hey, what is the next step? When football is over and done with, what's our next step? What are we going to do? What are we going to do with the next 40, 50 years of our life?
Well, I mean, in that regard, though, Clay Helton of USC joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, I don't know if Josh was talking about the academic availability for him at UCLA. He was kind of saying that you can't really be great at both, is the way I read it. I mean, do you think that that's possible, the demands that are placed upon an athlete, that they can also be tops in academics as well?
I think that the world, it's always hard with football and academics, but, people have jobs and do academics. People work for a living while they're paying for their college education, and people are in the band, and people are in different type of clubs here or part of entrepreneurial programs. Again, we're fortunate at USC. I have seen from our students, having the opportunity to do internships during the summer to promote themselves for their next step. I had one young man, Josh Mortabebe, that actually went study abroad for 10 days to Chile, and study with 10 of the top businesses in Chile for the month of May. So there's some cool experiences that can be done by students, and especially student athletes that are still out there while you're both trying to perform on and off the field. I think that you can do both.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app, and I'll be sure to help the NFL figure out what a catch is.